Hello everyone. In this particular video, I will be sharing what was my preparation and revision strategy for IDT. So, as far as IDT is concerned, it's a very interesting chapter. But one good thing about it is, it's new. The GST, since the GST law is new, the questions that you're going to have is going to be new, and there is not going to be a repetition of the question. So, one very clear cut thing that you need to know is that you have to be very strong in the law and the provision and your conceptual understanding. So when you're reading for the first time, I whatever I went for the classes, so I used to follow my teacher's notes only. So I used to read all the notes, and I had revised. I had read the entire first chapter Institute Study Material, and whatever the special points I used to get, I used to note it down in my notes itself. So my Bible, my holy book was my notes, my sir's notes coupled with my extra points. And after I did that notes, when you read the notes, you understand all the concepts, you understand everything. But application of the concepts, you will know only when you are practicing all the questions. So I had this, question bank, which had all this questions of all the past sources of institute sources of MTP, RTP, past papers. So I practiced out all the questions. In those all the questions, if I make any mistakes, I used to write down in my notes. If I used to get any extra points, I used to write down in notes. If there is a very difficult interpretation of any question or any sentence, I used to write down in my notes. So after this, if any difficult question, not at all possible to note down in notes, I used to note down that question number. So very simple. I am doing question once. I don't want to do it again. Unless it's a very difficult question, I don't want to do those questions again because I want time to be saved. Because time is a constraint. That time is a bottleneck here. So what happens like this? I did for every chapter. So what I did for IDT also, if you have any revision source of any YouTube lecture which you feel comfortable with of any faculty, you can definitely follow that. Or if you are comfortable revising your own notes, you can go for that. Or if you're comfortable revising your teacher's book, you can go for that. But make sure your revision is super fast and you fix the time limits for revision. For me, what I did was I had recorded my own voice. By that, I'll know time of supply chapter will take me 30 minutes. Play of self reply chapter will take me. So I fix what is the revision time limit for every chapter. You can also, have any YouTube lectures. You can use that because it will be really helpful for you if you're able to fix. Because revision is a key for IT because there are 30 plus chapters. You'll read now, but you have to revise the most important chapter. Is the most important thing. So don't leave anything. Study everything whenever you're preparing. At the time of 1.5 days, you can prioritize whatever chapters are there. So you should read everything. For again MCQ, the same strategy which I followed for DT. Like I would, practice all the institute sources MCQs and all the institute sources MCQ. If I'm getting particular new point, I will note down in my notes. If I'm making any mistake, I'll note down in my notes. If there is a special points or interpretation issue, I'll note down in my notes. So by this time, when I had done this, the next time whenever I will be revising, I will be just revising my notes, and the revision of notes will automatically mean revision of all the questions, revision of all the MCQ. It will automatically mean that, right? So once I did that, if I feel any difficulty, I would just take up a particular question and do it so that I get the comfort. So once I did, I had recorded I used to just play my own voice and just listen to that so that I am done with the revision. MCQs is also under your control. So if your concepts are very strong, your IDT will be, a cakewalk for you. So, but then when it comes to 1.5 days strategies, there are 30 plus chapter, and if you have 1.5 days, literally may not be possible for you to revise all the chapter, but it's okay. Again, you should have before FR and before, if you're going to do, you can do a revision of IDT one before FR, anytime before FR, so that you're a little bit nearer. For example, if your IDT is there on say February, May, June. So if it's around 10th of June, then probably you could have revised your IDT once around May or May 11th or something. So that will help you. The concepts will be here. So even if you have not revised a particular chapter, it will not be a threat. So then what I did was, so I did that, I had revised the DT earlier because it's the last subject. So you should have revised it, so I should have revised it little earlier so that I remember everything. And once the 1.5 days came, what I did was I followed the ABC analysis of Atul Agarwal. It was A plus B, I think around 11 chapters, which constituted about 75 marks. And in my examination, actually those chapters were 75 marks because these were the major chapters. And I could easily, because as far as IDT is concerned, you, even if you have not revised, you will actually remember those provision because they are more of a provision than of the numbers. So you will mostly remember and you will be able to good, you'll be great with IDT. So I think a conceptual understanding plus a very quick revision coupled with your mistake, coupled with your difficult questions, plus coupled with your ABC and Pareto and prioritization of chapters in the 1.5 days will surely give you, good grip over IDT, and you will be able to approach the paper with a lot of confidence. So all the very best, all the very, very best, guys. All the very best. Do well. Thank you. Bye bye.